Greetings everyone, my name is FlareBlitzed here, and welcome to my Let's Play of Fausts Alptraum, I believe it's called. Now, I saw this on Steam only just recently, and I thought this is like a pretty good opportunity horror game. Alongside that, it has some sort of a similar feel to Frambo, if you've ever played that game, and it is a really good game by the way. So let us continue, so let's start with this adventure that we have in front of us.
Setting 1012.
Perhaps slightly chillier in the San Fernando.
Setting in the background. Again, you show yourselves wavering forms revealed, as you once were to clouded vision. Should I attempt to hold you fast once more? Hearts willing still to suffer that illusion. Of lovely hours those slipped from me and lost, they can no longer hear this latest song. I'll bring my verses to the unknown from. My heart's made anxious even by that clapping. A shudder takes me, tear on tear entire. The firm heart feels weakened and remote. What I possess seems far away from me, and what is gone becomes reality. Goliath? Fausts. Fast. I've forgotten how to pronounce it already. It's quite German orientated, the title of the game. Today is Heinrich Faust's funeral. Despite how the sign read, even she wasn't sure if that was his real name. So let's put this let's put it this way, right? I see. Weird character there. Today is Daddy's funeral. There are more people than I thought. Aunt revealed traces of annoyance beneath her veil. So sleepy, the girl thought. Why must we get up to face such a dreary day? Chatter permitted the sea of black suits, of which she recognized only a few in a crowd weak with sorrow. How nice it was that there were still those who would lament his passing. It's about time to go, Auntie asked with a smile. Why does Auntie smile when she clearly never means it? The girl yawned and looked at the tomb, almost wishing she could swipe places with the person rested inside. The coffin closed with a firm click, as if a patch of clouds in the gloomy sky had rained headlong into the wall. Wow. It sort of feels like a combination of Frambo and Yummy Nikki in this sort of case, because any protagonist in the Yummy Nikki sort of fan game community would definitely include the fact that they are probably suffering or wish that they can have a quicker way to the afterlife. Okay, is it this one? No. No matter how tidily the lush blue tiles were stacked, one could still detect the passage of time. All I'm going to say right now is that this is a really well made game. What's wrong? Auntie turned around, mystified. The girl didn't want to go in. Aunt smiled wearily as she had read the girl's mind. You only have to go in and see what's in there. Don't worry, it belongs to you now. No. Why do you think that would bother me? This isn't what you guys say at home. However, the girl kept all those thoughts to herself. Never mind, just wait outside then. Aunt waved as she turned dismissively. The doorknob turned smoothly. We go into the house. So slow. Going in wasn't better than staying out here, but she just wanted to go home as soon as possible. Any home would do. So is that Aunt over there, or is that us? Aunt Marthe. The very air seemed to freeze. A horizontal layout could just barely be made out through the haze clouding the unlit lights in the antechamber. In the silence, it was as if dust would be stirred up by the slightest step, but the odd thing was, there was no dust at all. Weird. Both doors were locked. Why? The electricity must be on. Where's the light? A light? Eek! Who goes over there? Ah, just a cat. That was frightening. Feline eyes lanced a sharp look out of the gloom, where coal black fur melted into the shadows. It flicked away in the next second. What could be? Ah, it disappeared. Where had it come from? The cat had vanished from the corners of her eyes. Weird. Huh? Well, we're actually facing diagonally. That's rare to see in an RPG Maker game. We're either facing horizontally or vertically. We never in a character face diagonally. That's pretty nice. Who goes in here? The empty path extended further into the darkness. No, I could not have passed by here, but... Ah, we get to move now. So we see here, we have no items. We have books, so... Instructions, EN 101. Move with the arrow keys, confirm or expect items, either enter space or C. Cancel is to... So cancel or back is to escape or X, menu escape. Pressing Alt Enter switches to full screen mode. I probably wouldn't advise that. Not just this game, but universally in RPG Maker games, going to full screen mode has the likelihood of stretching out the aspect ratio, which is something I do not want. Chocolates will increase walking speed, matches will increase line of sight. Keep to a certain walking speed, and sight radius will decrease chances of danger. Right. Okie dokie, that's all good and well for our chance of survival. So certain zones will have the fogginess surrounding us. And it appears we can't run, or a specific button allows us to run. There was nothing. Empty space all around here. But nothing revealed itself. The dead air thrummed violently in her ears. There's no way Aunt could be here. A screeching noise came from the door behind her. What in the world? Huh? Nothing there. Darkness oozed in. Darkness prevails the eye. Whoa, look at all those eyes. What are you doing to me? This was the beginning of a nightmare. There's a lot of text involved, if you haven't noticed already. A patch of purple was eerily bright in the absence of light, as if it had been sugar-coated with icing. Hello? An ear-piercingly sweet voice sounded as a patch of purple probed out to be inky depths. Smooth locks bleached of colour, as if waiting for a painter's petal that would drip down any second now, peered out. The ashen-faced owner turned to greet her. Hi, yes. Oh, excellent, you understand me. A purplish white figure pulled itself out, as if ascending a long flight of stairs. Whoa. What time is it? Is it spring? Long sleeves flapped across her vision, but the way the figure moved didn't seem entirely human. Who are you? I remember the door being locked. If there's nothing else, can you shut the door on your way out? It started moving away with a flourish of its sleeves, accompanied by the chopping sound of a horse's hooves. It seemed bored, but this made her feel a bit uneasy. She yelled defiantly, I I don't want to leave. This is Father's old house, so she should be the one to inherit it. The adults had said it before. No matter how unwilling their expressions had been, they'd indeed said that before. Therefore, she wasn't going to let herself be swept out the door, no matter what. The figure stilled and turned back despite being far away. Oh? She regretted her words almost immediately, particularly as the figure swiftly closed the distance between them. She realized its expression hasn't changed as she tilted her head a long way up to meet its gaze. Really? Violently purple eyes flashed gleefully as if they had suddenly remembered something. A harsh grin abruptly split open the pale face. Elisabeth. A coyingly sweet voice spelled out the girl's name. You've returned. Whom has returned? The light suddenly Let me read that again. The light disappeared suddenly as if window shutters of I can't read today. Had snapped shut, and then the door opened. Her body moved on its own accord, disconnected from a mind roiling with confusion. Golly. Elisabeth sprinted up the steps and past a dim dormitory draped with spiderwebs, retracing her original path. She couldn't remember why she set foot in this place, and a growing sense of distaste urged her to leave. Her heart settled when she finally set foot on the lash carpet. As long as the front door is still open, then... Huh? What? The door's disappeared! There was nothing on the wall. Where's the door? She was trapped by the nothingness that revealed itself in front of her, just like how the cat previously cowered in the corner. This couldn't possibly be happening. Howdy. What's wrong? The narcissistic voice was starting to become irritatingly familiar. Let me out, she cried. Huh? What's that you say? There's no such thing as at the front door. She retorted. I just came in from the front door. I didn't see that. You told me to shut the door on my way out. I don't remember saying that. The unease had disappeared resurfaced with a will, almost tangible in its strength. Terror, exhaustion, she didn't want to face this latest turn of events. A strong sense of fatigue stole its way into her mind, and her eyes started to close. What's wrong? Elisabeth. How? How? How did the bean know her name? Oh, it's so plain as Elisabeth. I'm pretty late to that catch. Her eyes shut firmly before she could ask the question. Very heavy text. Indeed, I should enchant your eyes and your ears, instead of shutting yourself away, sad as a worm, that gnaws your books. Come, follow me to a new place. Let us go, then, to learn about life, and leave the rubbish of philosophy. Philosophy is not rubbish. La domination de Faust. Don't know how to pronounce German properly. We're in bed. Certain characters don't want to load up properly. That's a bit of an issue. I have installed the font. Elisabeth opened her eyes. Where is this place? The pendulum ticked away mercilessly in the empty air, as if it was the only living thing left in the world. Save mechanic. It was a piece of chocolate candy. Oh. Get chocolate. Wow. Eating it will impart more energy and your walking speed will increase, and can be used repeatedly until its maximum limit is reached. You will be unable to progress if you cannot walk. Right. Unable to progress if I can't walk. It was locked. It was dark outside the French doors, no matter how one looks like it was all fake. A German name with French doors. A key. For half of the label that remains had the words first floor, right corridor. Right, got the key to the right corridor. Wait. The reflection of my face and a stern expression. Ah, for some odd reason, I thought we would be able to find... Okay. Okay, so these missing symbols must be arrows. Okay, from the rest. If the screen blacks out, you will return to your bed. This does not mean you're dead, and what has already happened does not need to be repeated. Some items can be worn. The cat will give you some clue by reacting to specific items. If the screen is too dim, please increase screen brightness. Earphones are recommended for players. Some puzzles are accompanied by music. That's going to be hard to solve because for me, some sounds sound the same. Text that has already been read will appear in this bookcase. Ah, so this keeps a record of things. Okay, that's really nice. The interpretation of dreams. Memories from reality are sometimes unable to be recalled in dreams. As long as nothing happens that prompts one to recall their true self, then no reflection will occur. For instance, the dreamer might truly believe he is a sailor. In his failures to recall his true profession when dreaming of navigating the seas. Okie dokie. Okay, so a question that's just appeared on my mind is, how do we save in the game? Because we can't save from the menu, if that's a thing. Oh, they appear as little symbols. That's actually a really good idea because it saves space rather than just having something gigantic on the screen, which is literally the title of the item. And the little description of the item itself on the top margin of the screen there. Really nice. A ragdoll. A key labelled right corridor on the first floor. Cool. Good. There's some really nice custom music in here. Fire? No firewood. So we need to find some firewood. Come find me. Candles? There are matches and a candle holder. Oh, you shall take this and hat. Got matches and a candle. Using matches will increase your vision range. They can be used repeatedly until a maximum limit is reached. You will be unable to progress if you can't see. Okay, there's paper and ink if you wish to make a record. Most certainly. There's so much customization to this, which is really, really nice. It shows that the developers actually gave a damn when it comes to making the game look pretty. Because it's one thing to make a game function well, but it's also to make a game look pretty. It's like the cherry on top of the cake, or on top of the icing on the cake. So the base of the game is the cake, the art of it is the icing, and the cherry is literally the customization of the main menu, the save points, the font itself, anything like that. Although I don't think the font is custom, I believe that is something you can get online. No, there really isn't anything. She woke herself up with a brisk shake on her head. Although she had yet to figure out what has happened, Elisabeth didn't feel right just standing there. Cold shivers ran down her back just as she finished that thought. Would it make a difference if she made a decent effort in communicating with the being? Didn't you want to leave? Why did you suddenly start looking for the door? Those weren't actual questions, just sarcasm that waved insidiously around her. She slumbered on the staircase. Who are you? Elisabeth asked. The gaze directed towards Elisabeth creased into a smile as if had been waiting for this question. The figure bowed with an almost comical number of flourishes. I am... We're going to call you Mape, actually, because trying to pronounce that name is just too much for my mouth to figure out. Me what? Mephisto. Okay. What exactly are you? Elisabeth further asked. The demon smiled and slowly paced in a wide circle around the girl. It spread its hands in a way that was annoying for some reason. I am the dingy that denies anything. Those two long sleeves waved around in a sinister manner. And so she asked, "Could you tell me where the front door is?" "Didn't I say there's no such thing?" "That's what you said. I didn't see a thing." "Didn't you walk in on your own violation? How would you not know where the door is?" "What do you know?" "They won't tell you anything. They actually don't even welcome you. If only you hadn't been... Okay. It had stolen the right to speak, and every word it spoke dripped blood-curdlingly onto Elisabeth's head. She had to resist the urge to cover her ears in the face of such a coyly sweet voice tone that had snuck up to her unawares. Think about it. This place is actually not so bad. It's quiet here. You won't hear those things. You won't even want to leave after a while. Elisabeth turned back to rebut this weird theory. "No way," she said. "I don't want to stay or spend even a second here. Not even for a second? Not even for a second? Really? Alright, want to make a bet. If you really don't want to leave, I'll show you the way out." "Really?" "Yes," the demon nodded. "But if at any moment you wax nostalgic about your time here or wish to preserve any instant for eternity, then you lose." "Any instant?" "Any instant." Well, that didn't seem so hard. She didn't have the slightest inclination to stay here anyway. Elisabeth nodded her head without thinking over it for too long. Oh good, then it's settled. The demon cap purred in satisfaction before she had said anything. This was also when the bells in the house started tolling. Elisabeth covered her mouth with both hands before she blurted out, Wait a minute. The bells already began. Despite having a lot to say a second ago, the demon's regular form vanished up the stairs, and she didn't want to keep it at all. Well then, good for us. Let's just investigate around this place again a bit. More matches. It was locked. So that room we could have only stayed in Wait, okay, that rat hurts us. I think that rat does hurt us. We keep getting red on our screen. Okay, avoid the rats. Those rats are vicious little beasts. I was about to put up, let's say, if you have a phobia of rats, then this is probably not a game for you to try out. Perhaps a key could be used to open it? Perhaps. More matches. More chocolate. Excellent. Okay, so we actually need to physically use the item in hand. Opened it with the key. Good. The sound of someone playing a piano came from the other end of the hallway. Chapter 1. Puss in Boots. Somehow it reminds me of Shrek, Puss in Boots. Matches. Okay, grab as much as we can, because it's going to be very necessary. Items, a match, more things can be seen with it. Light it. Yes, please. Okay, so it doesn't seem to light the way too much. Social butterfly. Another door with a light that is a bit on the downside. A half-empty teacup. That thing there. I'm going to imagine that it'd probably be a good idea to use chocolates when we're trying to run away from something. A part of red wine bottles. Because it has a survival mechanic to it, to where if you're going to be chased by anything, then a good idea would be to... I've just realised that eye is following us. How dare you! Look where we're going, the eye is just following us around. The bowl was filled with dust. So it'd be better to use the items in hand when danger presents itself. So use a match, use a chocolate in order to actually increase your movement speed. Because if you use them all and you realise you're up against an enemy and you can't run away from it with normal circumstances, then you pretty much need to start again from the beginning. Dirty plates, or just the last safe one where you do have chocolates. Dirty plates and congealed soup. I think this place is swarming with flies. The liquid bubbled and frothed. It looked quite dangerous, as if it could melt anything. Anything. A sculpture made from plaster. A sculpture made from my ass. I'm joking. I don't even know why I said it now. A puddle of yellow liquid was found inside the furnace. A puzzle made from wood, for which sums were written on the sides. Which sums? Okay, so looking from this, we're missing a few numbers. But it also might be the case where they need to be rearranged. 11, 10, 9. And they probably all need to add up to an equal number per row. But also at the same time, when you look at it down, you also looking at vertically, so that there's 11, 10, 9. So you would probably want to put the largest number bottom right, the lowest number top left, and the other number in the middle. So they all add up to an equal number horizontally and vertically. There's no missing wooden pieces in hand. Okay, so we need to find these wooden pieces. Golly jobs. I'm loving the environment I'm having at the moment. There's a real feel to it. There's a real like hands-on feel to it. And there's also a... Yeah, those rats have red eyes. There's paper and ink here. Do you wish to make a record? Absolutely. Matches. I do realise we only have a few save slots, so we need to use them sparingly. Fish. Dead fish. Dig out its eyes. Oh, we got a fish eye. Okie dokie. Golly. What do we need eyes for? Are we going to make something? We're going to make a lovely recipe. It requires fish eyes, a tail from a troll, and the heart of a demogorgon. It was locked. A pond could be seen from the window. She could see another window on the wall over there. Through the glass. Through the wonderfulness. Don't interact with the rats. They'll nibble on you. And kill you. Anything could be possible here. Could I put the fish eye in the sculpture? No. I was just thinking of what could a sculpture have on it. It could have a pair of eyes. Kettle, knife, sink, that. I'm just checking to make sure I've got everything that I haven't had from this particular room. Something definitely sounds like swarming. Okay, let's exit out. Oh, you weren't there before. A sculpture made from plaster. No, it was not. I've only been in this room once. That has no eye on it anymore. What the heck is happening here? God, things are changing up. I quite like that. Instead of going into a blank room, we've got this scenario now where... Will you stop following me? It seems to be clutching something in its hand. Remove it? But can we remove it? Metal wire. Okay, it's chasing after us. Oh. Okay, it's not chasing after us, but maybe if we do return back to that room, it will chase after us. So if that thing was out there, then... It was also in here. It's gone now. But there's nothing we can interact with these extra 2 tiles in hand. Right. Okie dokie. We're going to make a save here. Where was it? Wait, where was it? Ah, here we go. Here was it. Good. We're going to make a save here. This is one of the best introductions to a game that I've had in quite a while. Oh, we've got a sleeping mechanic. Oh. Let's pause it. But yeah, I was actually impressed by that. I didn't even expect that to happen. So if we stand still for quite a while, our protagonist literally just goes to sleep. There's a lot to this game, and I'm really looking forward to playing the rest of this game. So thank you very much for watching, folks, and we shall see each other in the next time of Fausts Alptraum. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. I'm not too confident in German pronunciation, but I believe time stands for dream. So there we go. So have a good day, folks, and take care of yourselves.